This Chapter 5 question is in regards to grossing up payroll checks. The question is, your boss approaches you in mid-December and requests that you pay certain employees their gross pay amount as if there were no deductions as their year-end bonus. None of these employees have reached their Social Security wage base for the year, and the company pays semi-monthly. What this means is that the employee usually gets, for example, this individual gets $1,725 gross. If I don't do the gross up method, what would end up happening is that they would get their physical paycheck, their net pay would be lower than $1,725 because they're going to be taking out all the taxes, the state tax, the Social Security, the Medicare tax, etc. So for this company, what they want to do is give a bonus, is they want to give them more so that their net check is actually the $1,725, which is normally their gross pay. So what's going to be required is we're trying to determine it again, that gross up amount for each of the following employees. We're going to do one example on this walkthrough. The tax rate on bonuses is 22% and no state taxes. We already know that Social Security is 6.2% and Medicare taxes is 1.45%. So this is going to have to be added into that rate. So in order to do gross up, we need to know the following. Let's go highlighter. The numbers that we're going to need is the bonus percentage, the Social Security percentage, and the Medicare tax percentage, because normally these are going to be the only thing that comes out. We are not going to take into consideration on this problem. We don't need to know how they get paid. So let's go through this text. Actually, let me draw it so you guys can see it while I write. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add how much percentage is going to be taken out. So we know we have 22%, which is the tax on bonuses. We have the 6.2%, which is the Social Security, and then we have the 1.45%. So we're going to get the total off of this. So the total ends up coming to 29.65%. So once we have this number, what we're going to do is we're going to subtract that number from 100. And that's where we come up with 70.35%. Again, the 29.65% is coming from adding all of the taxes that are supposed to be deducted so that we can come up with what our gross up amount's going to be. So in order to gross up, what we're going to do is we're going to do net pay divided by net tax rate. Oops, sorry. Tax rate. And that's going to give us our gross up amount. So we have, for this individual, he gets 1,725. And then we're going to divide it by 70.35%. So the percentage ends up going to divided by 0.7035. So if I do that calculation, let me get my calculator. That calculation comes out to $2,452 and 0.2558. And it keeps going. But in this question, we only need to round to 2 decimals. So for this, we would end up, let me switch the color because it's the end. We would come up with 2,452.03. And that's the answer on how to gross up.